I'm Dennis O'Hara with Century 21 Shelley. Today, we're presenting the first in a new web series that we're introducing called Lender Spotlight, where we talk to some of our most trusted and loyal mortgage brokers that our agency deals with. And we talk to them about the market and different things to help home buyers and sellers. So enjoy. Joining me today is Dan Bello from Guild Mortgage, talking about the recent market. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And happy to be here and do a quick sort of update of what's going on.
Yeah. So let us know, even though, interest rates might be on the rise, you're still saying this is a great time to invest in real estate. And why is that?
Yeah. So very, very common question that I'm getting sort of on a daily basis from my clients is it a good time to buy? Obviously, we've seen interest rates go up, right? Many people got accustomed to seeing interest rates with a 2 or a 3 in front of it for a 30-year mortgage. And I like to say that ship has sailed. Those days are over. We're in a much more normal interest rate market. Sort of a quick surface scratch reason of what's going on is the number one driving feature of interest rates is inflation, right? So we all know inflation has gone up, right? Things are more expensive, food, energy, gas, rents. When the value of a dollar erodes, basically the only way for banks to make money is to increase interest rates. And we saw that firsthand happen, and it happened very quickly. Why is it still a good time to buy if you're especially a first-time home buyer trying to get into this market? Well, for one, rents are super high still, right? I mean, we have seen, and I've heard stories, people getting calls from their landlords, rents are going up by 25%. So there is not a cheap alternative. And if you are renting, you are paying 100% interest, right? Your money is going to paying someone else's mortgage. You're not paying a loan down. You're not building equity. You're not building wealth. But the bigger reason here, and I believe we're sort of in a great window of opportunity. For those of you who have been selling real estate, or maybe you're a buyer who's been in the market for the last 3 years trying to buy a place, you might have been getting super frustrated, right? You make maybe countless bids on properties, you get invested in a property, you make an offer, and you only to find out there's 15 offers and you've been outbid by $40,000. What I'm hearing and seeing really is a lot of that has died down. A lot of that madness, a lot of those multiple, maybe not just a multiple offer situation, but like a 15 offer situation has died down. A lot of buyers have been frustrated. Maybe they've backed out of the market and they're saying, hey, I'm going to wait for interest rates to go down. Well, guess what happens when interest rates go down, right? A lot of those people who have backed out and have opened this window of opportunity are going to get back into the market. So this is a snapshot of, hey, we might have a 6-month window here where rates are elevated. A lot of the competition has gone away. Sellers are more willing to entertain an offer price at asking, or with a home inspection contingency, a mortgage contingency, things that went away during this madness. They are now willing to play ball again. Mm-hmm. So that has opened the door to maybe get an offer and get an offer accepted. And you got to remember, the average person who takes out a mortgage, they're not taking out a 30-year mortgage and they're going to have this thing for 30 years. Does it happen? I'm sure it happens, but there's going to be a great opportunity, in my opinion, to refinance, whether it's in 12 to 24 months. I think there's a lot of economic reasons why rates could potentially drop back down. And if you've gotten your foot in the door, gotten an offer accepted now at a reasonable price, or contingencies that you're happy with, that mortgage can be easily refinanced potentially in that window when rates do drop down again. You own the house now and you're not competing with a billion other people who are re-entering the market because rates have gone back down. So in my opinion, this is an awesome opportunity for buyers to get back in the door.
Wonderful. And there are different incentives and programs coming up for first-time home buyers and others to help with down payments and other costs associated with buying homes, correct?
There are, yeah. Most notably, the big one that just got dropped by Mass Housing is the Dreams Grant. And just to give you a quick synopsis on this, we talk about first-time home buyers paying a high rent, living in Massachusetts. A lot of them might make decent salaries, been able to keep their debt down, but haven't been able to save for a down payment. Closing costs can get kind of expensive when you're buying your first property. So that's sort of been a barrier to entry for these people. And this program, I haven't seen anything. I've been in the business for close to 20 years. I haven't seen anything quite like it. If you live in some of the eligible markets, and there's a list of eligible markets, you have to currently be renting for approximately 30 days or more, or living, you could be living with a family member in these markets. Some of them are Everett, Malden, Revere, Peabody, Salem. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. There's a whole list of them. But if you're living in one of those markets, and you are a first-time home buyer, you haven't owned within the last 3 years, you could potentially be eligible for up to a $35,000 grant or up to a $50,000 grant, depending on what your median income is, or excuse me, depending on what your income is. And if you are under the 100% median income threshold or under the 135% median threshold income, then you are eligible for these grants, which would give you up to 5% down for your down payment and pay your closing costs. Let's just talk quickly about what those median income limits are. I mean, if you live in Middlesex, you're buying in Middlesex, Essex, Suffolk, or Norfolk County, you could be making up to $179,000 and be eligible for a grant. So they've really made qualifying for this money much more lenient than we've seen in the past. So huge opportunity, A, to get a good time to buy, in my opinion, and B, maybe take advantage of something like this. So really cool program that they're rolling out.
Yeah, well, that sounds incredible. So if people are interested in learning more, what can they do?
Yeah, reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss, do a quick call to see if they're eligible for a program like that. They can reach me on my cell phone. Email, text. Make myself very accessible.
Wonderful. Well, Dan Bello with Guild Mortgage, we really appreciate all of your help here with Century 21 Chelly, with our agents. I know they can always count on you to be there when they have buyers and sellers that need your expertise. So
I appreciate you having me on here and just giving you this quick market update.
Yeah, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks much.